Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. So, if you're in the United States or any place around the world where it's not under a rock, you know that Nvidia is going to be reporting their numbers today. That's going to be telling. And why am I paying attention to it? Because it's going to affect the tech market. Why do I pay attention to that? Because it's going to affect the crypto market. If Nvidia does well, I think the AI stocks or AI cryptos will do well. If Nvidia does well, I think the AI stocks will do well. If Nvidia does well, a lot of projects and companies will do well. Now, that's not really one of the catalysts that I had been thinking about. You know, another catalyst that I was thinking about, that I have not been thinking about, is when the U.S. makes its rate cut in September, what other countries will follow suit? Remember, it's a domino effect. People are going to be watching what the U.S. does, and other countries will follow suit, most likely, because they want to come out of their recession. We're not really in a recession. People would like to have you think that. Really not. Not this time. Remember the last time I was actually like, yeah, no, we're in a recession. This time, nah, I think it's more fabricated. I think it's more talk than anything else. I think it's a bunch of rich people crying for a 50-point basis cut because they've got dry powder that they can put to use if they get what they want. Yeah, not cool, but you know, it's how it works. Now, something I've been paying attention to is BlackRock. Compared to other funds, BlackRock has been doing very well. Their ETF, their Bitcoin spot ETF to be specific. Why is that? Because they have enough money and enough funds that they can buy their own product, thusly giving their other funds exposure to Bitcoin through their own space. So in other words, BlackRock is all in, not playing games. Same with Fidelity. Fidelity's in it to win it, not playing games. You want to know who seems to be playing games? It's right. It's Grayscale. While others are seeing big inflows, Grayscale is hemorrhaging. ETFs all over the place. They're announcing new ETFs and doing all that kind of stuff. And it's to try to remain relevant, try to remain in the game. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I think Grayscale is going to be scaled back at the very least. And I think that they could be put on the chopping block very easily. Very easily. I know it sounds crazy because look at how much, how much in digital assets they own. I didn't say it was going to be a small number, but they're poorly managed from what I can see. Poorly managed. So yeah, no, I have no interest in Grayscale. If I was going to do something like that, if I was going to do an ETF, almost anybody else would do better. Almost anybody else would be a better choice. Just saying. But I am paying attention to BlackRock and their strategic global fund buying up just Bitcoin ETFs all over the place. They're not playing. BlackRock is not playing. I think that BlackRock MicroStrategy, control like 2.86% of the Bitcoin out there. That's a lot. You think it's not? It's a lot. It's hella lot, as my kids would say. And we need to step up our game on the retail side. We need to buy more Bitcoin. We do not need large institutions controlling all the Bitcoin. Straight up. They're going to own some, of course. But don't you think you should own a piece of the future as well? Just wondering, asking for a friend. Now, India. Wow. Talk about, timing. So India is intensifying its investigation into Telegram. And I'm sitting here and I'm saying to myself, I think France's case is frivolous. I think highly political, just saying. And I think India is doing the same thing. India in this case is dumb because let's suppose you try to ban Telegram. How is that going to work for you? I do not need, one of these online stores to go get Telegram. There are these things. There's a process called I can side load it so I can get it from almost anywhere, side load it. boom, I'm off to the races. How are you going to block me if I'm using a VPN? Are you going to make VPNs illegal too? And how? How would you enforce that? So go ahead, ban Telegram, and you'll make your whole citizenry use it even more. Just stupid moves by people that want control, that want power. It goes to their head, and they start making bad decisions. That, to me, is a bad decision. I think France's arresting of Durov, I think that's a huge, huge mistake. And they're paying for it. The government websites getting hacked, getting attacked. I mean, I'm just saying, huge mistake. Huge mistake. Right? Because what you're witnessing right now are people saying, well, what's wrong with free speech? What about all the people that are on Telegram that are not doing anything wrong? And if you know those people are doing something wrong, well, then you have to arrest everybody else too, right? Tim Cook of Apple, because he sells phones. Whoever made a browser, arrest them too, because they make it so they can search and reach out to each other directly and indirectly. You have to arrest them too. On the grounds that they're going, I'd have to arrest everybody that has nothing to do with the internet. I mean, that has something to do with the internet. This is some stupid stuff. These are stupid pet tricks. Really stupid. Really, really stupid. I think at the end of the day, they're going to find that they don't really have a case against him personally, right? I don't think they're going to have a really strong case against Telegram as a company, because how you use something, and it's a communications method. There are some social media features on there, but it's really it really started out as a communications method. So it's kind of like, well, how do you expect us to moderate that? We don't know what they're talking about. That's the way the technology works. We don't know what you're talking about. We know what you put in the public forum. We do not know what you put into that peer-to-peer conversation that you're having. Why would we monitor that? It's none of our business. That's akin to, let's let the government eavesdrop on every conversation there is. Interesting. Then you have the UAE. UAE's like, where are his consular services? Meaning from his consulate, right? Because he's a Russian. He's a French Russian. And I'm like, Russia was actually against Telegram for a while. In 2018, they were like, nope, we're all done with Telegram. And in 2021, they were like, it's okay. We're sorry about that. Because they realized it's more useful than not. It's more useful than not. That's something to contemplate. It really is. Like, I'm just sitting back and I'm just saying to myself, just for business, how is this a good thing? The optics are horrible. Horrible. But whatever. You do you, son. You do you. Now, something else on Russia. Russia's about to do this whole exchange thing. And why are they trying to do these exchanges? Because they need to do cross-border transactions because they're hurting, and hurting bad. Russia's hurting real bad. So they need to find ways to get around, these sanctions. So these cross-border transactions, going to be a big deal. They need to sell their oil. They need to do a whole bunch of things to try to bring money in. Just saying, just saying. I'm pretty sure the oligarchs are just fine. But they're sitting back and they're going, we're not making the kind of money we should. We're not pulling in as much as we should. We have to fix that. So they're trying to find ways to fix it. Again, just things to think about. Now, if you look at everything that's going on in the market right now, we'll get to the numbers in a moment. There are a lot of opportunities that are showing themselves right now. Number one is whatever I buy, I have to buy Bitcoin. That's my rule. If I buy this, must buy Bitcoin. Buy that, must buy Bitcoin. Why is that? Because of what I told you earlier. I need to build up on Bitcoin. And I think you do too. But you know what we should do? That's right. we should get into the numbers. All righty. The GMB Crypto Tracker top 25 losers updates every 10 minutes. So I don't have to worry about clicking on anything the way I used to. Remember when I first started doing top 25 winners and losers? I'd have to, wait a minute, I got to click to refresh this. Yeah, I don't have to do that anymore. You have no idea how convenient that is. Just to be able to look at something and not have to have that, just not have to do something extra. It's mad convenient. Because I'm in this like all day. I'm in this all day. I'm in here testing new tools too. So who's down? Look at this. Oh my God, this is not good. Look at that. Everybody's down. All right, so let's see who we're paying attention to. Dog with Hat is down 10%. Brett is down 9%. Dog with Hat, I know you're going to ask me. Dog with Hat's GMB X factor is 1.79. Brett's X factor is 1.28. Again, things to pay attention to. Book of Meme, down 9%. Their GMB X factor, 2.87x. Ordi, wow. Ordi is not something I play with, but down 9%. I know a few people that play with it. 67% off their all-time high and a 1.99 GMB X factor. Just things I pay attention to. There's nothing else on this list that's really calling out. Maybe Athena. I've heard a couple of people talk about it's down 13%. GMB X factor of 4.13. Interesting. I think I should add a couple of columns to this. I have ideas. About what columns I want to add. Anyway, what else is there? Let's go over to the top 25 winners. This should be a short list. Look at that. Everybody's toward the downside. You have one that fits the criteria. One coin fits my criteria. Remember, 5% is my rule. Only one, Akash Network, and they're at 64% under their all-time high. They've got a 1.79 GMB X factor. And I don't even follow Akash. I follow Floki. Floki's basically moving laterally at 3%. I'm not paying attention to that. Singularity, not sure why it's up here, but it is. 2%. I mean, everything's just moving flat or down. PayPal had some good news. PayPal's reached over $1 billion. Okay. $1 billion market cap. Okay. There you go. I don't know. I haven't seen any place where I can actually use PayPal as a coin. The PayPal USD. Haven't seen it. Have not seen it. If you go on the different exchanges, what are the trading pairs? That's what you care. When it comes to a stable coin, that's all you care about. What are the trading pairs? What can I do with it? Other than have it sit there, maybe they're staking. What can I do with the coin? What can I do with that stable coin? I know on certain, I know Bybit has, 6.2% APR on USDC. What could I get for PayPal? What am I doing with PayPal? Why would I use PayPal? I'm just asking questions. Asking for a friend. That's all. That's all I'm doing. It's doing the same thing as you. So Fear and Greed Index is down from 55 to 48. DeFi Llama has us at $94.5 billion in total value locked. We'll see. You can see, we were lower. We've been lower. So it's fighting to get back to 100. And I think next week could be the start of that. Bitcoin itself back into my blue band. My blue band starts at 57,686 and ends at 63,719. Right now, it's at 63,490. Just saying. Look how tight this space is. Look at how tight that space is. Even if you count this, from here to here, it's still a tight space. From 41 to 69, that's a tight space. When you take it out and when you zoom out, that's still a tight space. Remember, a year and a half ago, we were in the teens. Yeah, just saying. Things to pay attention to. Cardano's down 5%. Okay, It's only 5%, but still. At 36, it had been at, as low as 33. I thought last time I saw as low as 28. So at 36, not bad. I think my last purchase was at 33. Right? Some things I just buy because I just have confidence. I just buy. I'm not worried about at the price point that I'm buying, because to me, I've already made a determination that you're far off your all-time high. Your GMBX factor looks good to me. And I have the faith because I've done the research. I just buy. Bitcoin, I just buy. Cardano, I just buy. Ethereum, BCH, BNB. Haven't been adding XRP all too tough, but I have added within the past 2 weeks. Toncoin, I just buy. There are a few. Link, come on, Link. I just buy Link. I don't even think about it. I don't even have to think about it. I don't even have to think about it. It's almost as if I have two separate DCA strategies. There's my pot of always gonna buy, like Bitcoin in that pot, and then there's everybody else, and that could switch up every now and then. I can definitely switch up every now and then, but you got to have your slots. You got to have your slots. Excuse me. So let's go over to the numbers as they are. Still hovering around the same space. Ethereum's at 15, almost 16%. Bitcoin's at 47.61, talking year to date. I do pay attention to year to date, even though we're deep in the year right now. Why? Because when I come closer back to today, I can see what kind of rhythm it's on. I can start to understand the kind of rhythm that it's on. I can start to pinpoint when this news article happened, when that news article happened. As a matter of fact, let's go back over here. I think you can see it. These are all big news events for a given coin, right? These are all big news events that, TradingView thinks that will have an effect on the market. Is what it is. So that's what I pay attention to. These are the kind of things that I'm looking at to see where everything's going. Shiba Inu down to 14. It was just up at 15, 16 yesterday. So I'm sitting back and I'm going, I can buy at 14 and be very happy when it hits 16. Think about that. I'd be very happy when it hits 16. So I'm like, maybe I should do that, because that's a 10% rise, right? Just saying, things to pay attention to. If you're thinking about how you're making money, these are the ways I'm thinking about how I'm making money. When I start talking about a GMBX factor, I'm looking for huge gains. When I'm talking about percentages, I'm talking about trading, hodling versus trading. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I know it's a short show this morning, but it's not a big news morning until we get more about, the whole Telegram thing. And that's what's really driving the market space right now. We also have Nvidia coming out later on, which will kind of be a big deal. So as you look forward, I want you to start doing your own research, because I think there's going to be a lot of news that's going to come out today. But start to get in there and start to understand, like, hey, this is what's happening. Right? This is what's really going on in the news that can affect my bag. So take your list of coins and start looking at the news to see if there's any way that piece of news can affect your bags, any one of or multiple of your bags. So I gave you an example earlier. I gave you an example of Nvidia and how Nvidia could affect multiple bags in multiple spaces. DPINs, decentralized physical infrastructure networks, DeFi, decentralized finance, artificial intelligence. Those are areas where it can have an effect, an almost direct effect. Mostly indirect, but almost direct effect, depending on where you are. So we'll see how that goes. Also, look at the other pin plays like the miners. Remember, they use chips too. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. Please don't forget that we do have a do your own research, or how to do your own research class, coming up this Sunday on September 1st at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Excuse me. If you have not signed up or registered for the class, do so today. growmybag.tv/classes. That's where you can sign up. But you should definitely sign up for that class. We've got a lot of things going on. There'll be that class and there'll be others following. Somebody's already asked me, hey, I'm not going to be able to make it to that class. Are you going to have another one? And I am going to schedule one more class on how to do your own research. Anyway, I hope you have a good one. Don't forget to buy the book. Don't forget to click the likes. Subscribe to the channel. Become a member if you can. Why? Members come with benefits. Have a good one. Bye-bye.